Good morning. And do you ever just look at the Nintendo Switch eShop to find random demos of games you think you'll never actually buy? But it's just so fun that with the demo that you play for a year with just the demo, and then you pull the trigger on buying it and finally buy the full game, and boom, it's even better. Puyo Puyo Tetris. This game, as the title to this video says, not just Tetris. And that's for many reasons. So the gameplay is honestly more Puyo Puyo than Tetris, but for the most part, it's pretty good at keeping them even on how the gameplay is split. So there are 11 modes in this game, and only 3 of those are just regular Puyo Puyo or Tetris. So let's go through each of those. There's Versus, which is pretty much just normal Puyo Puyo, but with a twist. One person can play Puyo, and one can play Tetris. That means if I wanted to play a Sig, and then play in Tetris, because Sig just happens to be Puyo Puyo, then I can, since Sig is the best video game character, period. Either way, I'll talk about the characters in more depth later. Anyway, I rated a 5 out of 7 on the Puyo scale, because it's just too simple to be rated any higher, but also too simple to be rated any lower. On to the next mode. This one's one of my favorite, and what's it called? Swap. It's quite basic, but it's one of the most fun and isn't too complex like some other modes. All you do is place in Tetris or Puyo, whichever is chosen off the Wheel of Death or Fortune, and you play normally, and then, oh no, there are numbers. I don't want to do math. I'm here to play Tetris. And then it counts down, and once it gets to 0 and it swaps? Yeah, isn't that weird that it is exactly what the name describes? Yeah, it's one of my favorite modes, and I don't have much to say about it. I rated it a solid 6 out of 7. Anyway, Fusion. This mode hurts my knees to play, and thinking isn't fun. That's my review. Just kidding. I really tricked you, didn't I? Anyway, it's just too confusing, and it hurts my brain, and is the reason I get stuck on levels in this game. You get to start out with Puyo, but then every once in a while you get 3 Tetris pieces to do things with. Then back to Puyo, and then you get to choose what character before, and why are there so many different things going on? It's not a very good mode. 2 out of 7. After all that frustration, it's party time. But not just any party. Mario Party. Puyo Puyo Tetris Party Mode. Probably my favorite mode in the whole bundle. You get to choose whether you want to play Puyo Puyo or Tetris. And then there's some funky blocks, and then once you clear them, you either attack the other player or help yourself. This makes it strategic to what character you chose, because each character is in 4 different categories. Those being throws garbage, exclamation mark, helps themselves, exclamation mark, balanced, and special category, exclamation mark. This is one of the most fun and chaotic modes in a game I've ever played. It's almost like it's a party game. Congratulations, that was the 1 millionth case of sarcasm today. Wow, I knew videos would get me somewhere someday. What do I get? I don't know. A collection of a copy of Puyo Puyo Tetris on every console it's been released on. And all you have to do is to give me all of your personal information. Okay, sounds great. But I'm in the middle of something right now, so I'll do that after. Anyway, this is an absolute solid 7 out of 7 on the Puyo scale. This is another banger of a mode. Sorry to disturb you. Wait, but how did you know I said that? Yeah, anyway. Have you been spying on me? Yes, but you haven't said the name of the mode yet, so the pun that you just said didn't make any sense. Get out. Okay. Anyway, it's called Big Bang. It's honestly a great idea for a mode, and it goes like this. You choose Puyo or Tetris like you do, and there's a pretty different challenge depending on what you choose. You either choose Puyo Puyo or Easy Mode. With Tetris, all you have to do is put in the pieces real quick, and after a while it gets kinda confusing, but it's just a great mode to turn off your brain to, even more than normal Tetris. But Puyo Puyo, on the other hand, is the mode, besides maybe Fusion, that hurts my brain the most. It doesn't hurt my brain for the same reason as Fusion, though. This one makes you think, and honestly isn't that complicated once you get the patterns down, and it's not too hard. Overall, it's a pretty solid mode, and I give it a 5 out of 7 on the scale of Puyo. The next mode is barely a mode, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. That mode being Challenge Mode, which is surprisingly a mode full of challenges. These challenges range from Big Bang, but it lasts longer, to nothing changing in any Tetris mode, and Tiny Puyo! Overall, it's a pretty basic mode, but I like it, and there's still fun to be had. I'd give it a 4 out of 7 on the Puyo scale. Yes, I did rate that one higher than Fusion, thank you for asking. Now on to the final mode, that being so big that it could possibly not even be considered just a mode. Adventure Mode. Yes, there is a story in this game. And this is where the game turns from, yeah, that's a pretty fun game, but there isn't too much to set it apart from other games like Puyo Puyo Champions or literally any other Tetris game, to, is that a characters in my Tetris? Did you print out my script? Maybe. Get out. Alright. Anyway, if I don't get rudely interrupted again, oh, you will, then I will tell you more about the story mode, as I will call it from now on. It was the main reason this video took so long. Nope, not because I deleted hours worth of editing again. Nope, not because the script and editing took a while either. Not even because I had better things to do. Nope, it just took me an embarrassingly long time to beat the story mode. It's incredibly difficult. But a lot of times it doesn't feel fair. Most levels I had a hard time with. I felt like I was doing good, like I would get an all clear or an amazing combo. Sometimes that would be somewhat of an instant win. But other times, that would get them near the breaking point, but then out of nowhere they get a moderately good combo that makes my whole board fill up with garbage. I think the first 5 worlds are the best because it's just dumb fun. But then you get to the later levels and you'll be on a win streak until failure. For days. And that's not even exaggeration, it took me multiple days to beat some levels. Anyway, it's annoying, but I won't dwindle on me being bad at this game, Babavka, if you will. Let's talk about the very simplistic story to go along with the story mode. Because you know what they say, can't have a story mode without excruciating difficulty. I mean story. So basically the Puyo Puyo characters get transported to the Tetris dimension and eventually interact with those Tetris characters that we've definitely met before. Actually, not even gonna pretend like it's no big deal that there's Tetris characters now. It's insane. Like if you told Tiny Me that my Tetris would evolve into having characters, I would have gone insane. Like, I had only experienced the nostalgic ominousness of Tetris worlds at that point. Anyway, these characters aren't that interesting except for Lemrez, I cannot pronounce that one, Shezo, some of that previously made Puyo characters, Sig, and the god of all things Tetris, O. He's the second best character in the game for several reasons. His character design is pure art, and the most important thing, it gives me the humor of a 6-year-old. He screams PP in a high-pitched voice for all voice clips. But yeah, that last part about all the voice clips brings up something more amazing about this game. All of the dialogue in story mode is voice acted. All of it. It's quite impressive, to be frank. And my name is definitely not Frank. So yeah, this game is pretty cool. This is probably one of the only times I have or will ever neglect to mention the basic gameplay, but that's for a pretty good reason. The basic gameplay is in fact just normal Puyo Puyo and Tetris, but I feel like it's more than that. But because of all the amazing modes, a fully voice acted story mode, actual world and character building, it doesn't feel that way. Also, most people will think this is just another Tetris game because hardly anyone knows what Puyo Puyo is, at least in America. So if you want, please check out at least the demo for this game, because I think that it will also be great to persuade you to buy the full game even more than this video might. Anyway, this is an absolute 44 out of 47 of a game. Wait, I just remembered that contest I entered earlier. My credit card might have been hacked, but at least I'm getting those copies of Puyo Puyo Tetris. Oh.